Hello, fellow Star Rail players. I have been doing a lot of work on my support Black Swan build. Now, a lot of people have been telling me that she won't be good without Kafka. I do not believe that is the case based on some dreams that I've had about what her kit entails. I actually think, like the fellow YouTuber EO, that we're going to be entering a meta in the near future where some units will act as a DPS but also a support, such as we have Kafka and Topaz at the moment. Now, Black Swan is looking a little bit more universal to me. She is looking really good in my dreams, in more ways than one. Now, I want to show you some relics that I've been working on, and let's find sample right here. Now, this is currently the character that is holding my stuff for Black Swan because he matches her the most. As you see right here, I've got the resolution shines as pearls of sweat light cone because this will be able to put this debuff that'll shred defense. Now, if the Black Swan in my dreams has a defense shred on her skill, that's got about 100% base chance. Let's say, hypothetically. You add this on top, and when I get this to S5, it would be about, let's say about 36% defense shred on a skill. You look at Pela, she has to do that on her ult with her ultimate. And it's really good and it hits everybody, but you have to have energy for it. So if you have a defense shred on a skill, you won't really have to worry about it. On top of that, let's say that Black Swan scales with effect hit rate or her damage. That would also make it to where you can build a lot of effect hit rate, make sure that anything with a low base chance will hit. Now, you go and look at my relics here. I've got this set that I'm working on for when she's not with another wind DPS. Like, for instance, Blade. She might be pretty good with Blade if you build her correctly. Now, this set increases the wearer's effect hit rate by 10%. Meanwhile, the wearer's attack increases by an amount that is equal to 25% of the current effect hit rate up to a maximum of 25%. I'm currently sitting at 100% on this build right now. Now, that would immediately give another 25%, which is really good for DOT. And if you don't know how effect hit rate works, this is basically the formula. And let's say, the lowest thing in her kit had a 0.65 or 65% base chance. Well, if the enemy has 30% resistance, you need about 120 effect hit rate in order to 100% land it. So maybe you want to be aiming as close to about 120% effect hit rate as possible. I don't have exactly everything I want. My effect hit rate chest is absolutely dog shit. It is one of the worst pieces I've ever gotten, and I had to craft this. So there's still a lot of stuff that needs to be worked on, but when she is with another wind DPS, I have this going on right now. Gotta find this other piece. That's it. And you can see it's about the same effect hit rate as the other build, sadly. It's not more, but it's overall about 111% out of the 120 I would like. Now, in the future, I am seeing this game taking a road where we're going to have a lot more DPS units that are going to support the team, not just themselves. If that is the case, we're going to enter a meta where double DPS is starting to look a lot more appealing than it currently is. We're always going to have hyper carry. Hyper carry is always going to be a valid thing, but I don't want you to disregard characters that are coming out that could still support your team while doing a lot of damage. I am pretty sure that Black Swan is the start of a trend that is coming after 2.0. In my dreams, she is going to be one of those units that, even if you don't have Kafka, I think she's going to be very appealing. And in a future where we're going to have stuff that might demand dots, like say there's a boss who, let's say he insta kills your characters and he seals them in coffins or something, and in order to break them out you need to do a certain number of hits on each coffin. Well, if a DOT is on it and those coffins have high speed, those DOTs can count as a hit each and break your characters out, even if they're captured, so that you get them back. That's just a hypothetical boss that could exist, but I could see them starting to do that because right now, DOT is not the most appealing archetype, and I'm thinking we're going to see some DOT units that are going to break previous conventions and start to want to be sub DPSs with units that not necessarily are dot units. For instance, when we do get Dr. Ratio, I imagine Dr. Ratio with a Black Swan that can implant Defense Shred. You have the resolution to implant an Ensnare, and you have the freaking dot. That's already 3 debuffs from just her alone on a skill. That's amazing. So don't think you need to have Kafka for Black Swan to be valuable. I promise, as long as my dreams remain the way that they are, there's a really good looking support sub DPS dot unit who goes by Black Swan coming out in the near future. Anyway, thank you for watching the video. Best of luck on your gacha pulls, because fuck the luck in this game. Adios.